good Ngurrawa. Hello friends, good to see you. Today I'm on Dharug country. And I'm down here in Burramattagal Country. Actually, down in Parramatta. See, Parramatta traditionally is known as Burramatta, which Burra meaning eel and Matta meaning place. So, ironically, it's known as the Eels Place, which is kind of fitting given that it's the home of the Parramatta eels and our old team. So today guys, I'm going to give you a bit of a look around and a bit of the history of the place and how it came to be. So stick with us and hope you enjoy it. Parramatta Park holds some fond memories to me as well, back when I was young. So we used to ride our bikes from Seven Hills to here, me and my mates. About a 10k ride each way it was. And then we'd spend the day just riding around the park here. This is one of the trails we used to love doing. We'd fly through here as quick as we can, dodging in between the trees and things like that. It probably wasn't as well worn as what it is today. But we used to do that, get up to the top of the amphitheatre that you've already seen here, and we'd come flying down that amphitheatre. There were no steps or anything like that there then, it was all dirt hills and whatnot. So we'd come flying down there as fast as we could. We could reach speeds of almost 60k an hour before we hit the old amenity blocks that used to be at the bottom there. And we'd have to slam the brakes on and try and stop on top of that and not hit the other side of it and go over the edge onto the road or anything. So, yeah, we used to do that quite a lot when I was a kid. And then when I was 16, 17, I was working at Universe Cycles that used to be at North Parramatta. Many of you from the Sydney area probably remember Universe Bikes Are Us, well, same company, just a different store. But worked for Universe Cycles back when I was 16 or 17. And on my way home, I was living at Toongabbie for a fair bit of that. On my way home, I used to ride through Parramatta Park here, and I used to sit under the bat colony that you just saw up near that weir. I'd sit there on my way home from work and just take some time out and chill. You know, maybe I've grabbed a beer on the way home or something like that. Yeah, I know, 16, 17, shouldn't have been drinking, but shit happens. But yeah, maybe I'd sit down and have a beer or something like that and just sit there and relax. Enjoy the water trickling over the rocks and over the weirs and listen to the sound of the bats and things like that. It's a place I found peace when I was younger, and a place where I could blow off the stresses of work back at the time. I started work when I was 15. So yeah, it was a beautiful place and really does hold some fond memories for me. Some trees just up here in particular, I remember sitting under them for, I believe it was an Australia Day event. Me, my wife and a couple of friends. Friends I've all lost contact with these days, unfortunately. But I remember sitting under the trees there and watching the fireworks on the other side. They'd set the fireworks over just behind me here on the other side of the river for Australia Day. So these banks that I'm walking along now were prime viewing spots. So yeah, a lot of fond memories down here. The Crescent, where I'm sitting right now, is a large naturally formed amphitheatre. The Crescent used to frame a small billabong here on the banks of Parramatta River, where the Burramattagal people could come down and hunt eel and other aquatic life. It was also of significance to colonial farmers for grazing land and things like that as well. It's a beautiful spot to come and sit on a nice day and sit on the slopes and have a picnic with the family or just by yourself if that's what you want to do. It's a beautiful spot to enjoy the scenery and just sit back and relax. During the larger events such as New Year's Eve and Australia Day, they also quite often have bands down here and other performances and that you can come and enjoy. So on the other side of the river from the Crescent is where they set off all the fireworks and everything for the larger events such as Australia Day and such. So it's a great viewing platform for all that as well. Just sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Back around 2011, I got back into fishing, and being that I didn't drive at the time, Parramatta Park was a prime spot for me to come and fish, or Parramatta River. I used to sit just on the other side of the banks here, all really overgrown now. It was quite a clear area back when I used to come down here. I used to sit just on the other side there and fish all day for carp. I didn't care if I caught anything or not. It's just beautiful being out. So my time spent down here fishing on the banks, again, whether I caught anything or not, it was just good to be out. And that's where I actually started to have a turning point with my PTSD. It's actually where I started to feel that I was getting better. I've come to find out since that it wasn't the fishing that was making me better. It was simply being outdoors, enjoying nature as it's intended. Just sitting there in the fresh air and relaxing, listening to the sounds of nature, the birds and things like that. That, more than anything, is what helped me to deal with my PTSD. And from people that I've spoken with, it's the same with a lot of them too. That being outdoors and being active makes the world a difference. And I have to say, that's a big part of why I do these videos. So I'm trying to encourage all you guys to get out and just enjoy nature. Even if it is a place like Parramatta Park, you're still in the middle of suburbia. It's easy to get to. You can get public transport, buses, whatever, right to the door. You can ride a bike around here, you can walk around here, sit down and enjoy the amphitheatre and things like that, or by the river and just enjoy it. But for those that are suffering mental health problems, it will make the world of difference. Sure as hell has for me. Listed as a public park in 1858, the site is on the former government domain of almost 100 hectares. It was gazetted as a national park in 1917. The park was divided due to the train lines running through, connecting the western suburbs of Sydney into the heart of the city itself, being the western line on the Sydney train network. Unfortunately, this led to the demolition of Governor Macquarie's stables. In 1913, some of the park was set aside to form Parramatta High School, and in 1981, 8 hectares were given to form the Parramatta Football Stadium. During the early 1950s, the road through Parramatta Park formed a 3.2 kilometre Grand Prix track with a shorter 1.6 kilometre track separated off. And the final Grand Prix race was held here in 1955. Parramatta Park provides a range of activities from relaxing picnics by the river or one of the many other grassed areas, walking, cycling around the park, up to major events during Australia Day and New Year's Eve celebration. If you want to take in some of the colonial history of the place, you can check out the tours of Old Government House. It's located on Federal Street here within Parramatta Park. These tours generally operate between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Tuesday to Sunday, and tickets can be purchased either online or at the visitors reception. Old Government House played a significant role during the convict era and housed the first 10 New South Wales state governors. sure what they are. Might have to consult my bush tucker book when I get back, because I've seen them around a bit and there are quite a few of them. Don't know if they're edible or not. On the topic of guided tours for the colonial history, you also get tours of the dairy and the rangers' cottages that you can see behind me here. These tours are held once a month on a Monday and a Saturday, and they're $15 each. These cottages are the oldest in Australia and one of 11 convict sites listed on the World Heritage Register. Speaking of Aboriginal culture and whatnot, Lamandra longifolia, also known as spiny-headed matrush, is quite noticeable from seed pods and that with the spiny heads here. Pull these leaves out from the bottom and you get a white section at the bottom. You can chew on that, it's quite nice. Tastes like raw green peas. Don't think I'd want to eat it here, because even though there's toilets just there, chances are somebody's probably pissed on these, and who knows, they could be using chemicals and that to keep pests away. Animal. Baro. I actually know what that one means. It means water. Not sure what the others mean though. Funny, there's no garbage bin here, but there's plenty of bin chickens. Now, if anybody's wondering what this section of Baro, or water, is, it's not Parramatta River. I don't actually know if there's a specific name for this, but I do know it is not Parramatta River. It does cut straight through the centre of the park though, and on the Westmead side of the park, as you've seen, it's a beautiful area, plenty of room for picnic and that, and some nice water to enjoy. Over there where I won't go over and film is some equipment, some workout equipment and that. There's a few people over there using that, so I won't bother filming that. Plenty of ducks, plenty of the bin chickens back there. I don't know if there's any carp in here. The water looks pretty filthy, and to be honest, I don't even know if carp would want to live in that. Mana. Apparently that means to collect. Ngurrawa. That means fruit. Well guys, that's it from Parramatta Park. I hope you have really enjoyed this one. I hope you have learned a little bit about the colonial history and even the Dharug history of this area. A lot of memories have come back while I've been here today, that's for sure. It really is an area that I spent a lot of my youth riding around and just having a good time down here. Maybe getting myself in a little bit of trouble, maybe not, but yeah. funny to see how things have changed down here, and then also how things haven't changed as well, like this gazebo and the dairy and ranger cottages and old government house, things like that, how they haven't changed. The areas around them have. Alright guys, again, I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have, please make sure to leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so guys, because it really helps the channel grow. And yeah, Yanma Budgeting Walk a good path. Yano, goodbye.